welcome to Spyder Riders. Today we're going to install the MZS tuning LED underglow kit for the Spyder. Finally getting into it right before Christmas. So I have all my tools together. So the first thing we're going to do, take off the left and right maintenance cover. We're going to take off the left and right panels. And lastly, take out the liner in the front trunk. So we're gonna get that done, and I'll get right back to you. Of course, these little maintenance panels, you just turn the lock and they pop right off. So we'll take both of those off, set them here somewhere safe. Go to the other side, and the same thing. This is definitely the easiest part of the whole adventure. And now next we're going to use a T25 star bit to take off the left and right panels. Okay, I removed the 4 bolts here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And also once you took off the maintenance panels, also 3 push pins you have to take out. But you can use a screwdriver, just be very careful. So they're right there, they pop right up, and then they'll pop right out. Pretty simple. And you repeat on the right side. Okay, now we're going to take out the liner. Like I've taken out the liner before many times to have access to the battery. You just have to take out the 4 push pins. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the maintenance cover. And this just pops out. As you guys can see, I now have access to the battery after I removed the liner. And first of all, I'm going to connect my harness. Now, I had to make my own harness. The kit came with a harness, but it didn't have an on or off button. So I attached one of those, basically because I didn't want battery drain. So I'll show you my harness here. All right, this is my harness. As you can see, that's the control unit. The white's the ground. You have the black antenna. This goes to your battery. I use it crimping, and I also covered it up with electrical tape to make sure it's waterproof. That'll of course go to the black terminal. Already had an inline fuse, but like I said, below the fuse, I wired in a push button on and off switch that I'm thinking I should be able to mount in the trunk. Then of course, again, that's the red port that I added. These because it had no way to attach. It was just bare wire, and I didn't want bare wire either. So we're gonna go ahead and attach these first. See how we're gonna run this wire. All right. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out a way to wire all these cords. The button I just set right here for now. That's the on and off button coming off the red wire. The black wire, I had to run the actual controller underneath here because the wire's so short. I had to come off the right side of the bike up underneath by the coolant, up by the light here, and it's actually sticking right in there. That way I should have access to route the rest of the wires to the rest of the bike. Should work. And of course, I'm not gonna tie any of the wires or decide on final placement until I make sure the lights are actually gonna work after everything's wired together. So I know I have power right now. Now my next step is I'm gonna figure out exactly where I'm gonna put all the lights. The kit comes with 8. I'm going to use 6 of them, I think. Just on my bike, the Spyder, I'm going to put the first light. As you can see, I ran the cord, or the wire, right out the side here. And again, I'm not going to tie anything together yet with any twist ties because I don't want to have to repeat everything or take apart everything. First one, I decided to go on the right side, right here. So if you look, putting it right in here should light up the whole wheel well area. So we'll do that first. Then we kind of have to get sequential, just the way it wires one after another. Work our way around the bike. All right, the first one, as you can see, is installed right in the wheel well. Of course, it's with automotive like 3M tape, so make sure you clean the area with alcohol before you press it on. And once you press on, hold it for maybe 15 seconds or so to make sure it's secure. All right, moving over here, I think I'm gonna mount my next one over the engine compartment. So I don't know, it's probably gonna be inside. I was thinking about maybe on the side panels that I took off, but we'll see. Look at a little closer here and I'll get right back. Right, if you're looking at my bike, this one is gonna go right by the oil dipstick and underneath the plastic here. So when the cover's back, the light will light up, should light up the whole interior of the engine. All right, so we're gonna try that next. Then after that, we're gonna head to the back. All right, and from the LED under the engine where the engine bay is, I ran the wire across here, underneath, and it'll be under the fender well, and I'll put 2 back there. Then I'm gonna repeat the whole process on the other side. The next 2 were put under the fender. You can see one there and one over on that side. And of course, like I said, I've been checking as I'm going. It does have power that do light up. So make sure you do that. You don't want a huge disappointment like another Christmas vacation type of deal. Word of warning. Also, I just want to let you know that, of course, the wires will mostly be hidden when I am done. All right, now we're going to work our way to the other side. And again, I'm going to put one under here and then one here. And I'll check, make sure everything's working before I put back on the panels. All right, I got all the panels put back on. The cables are tucked. We're gonna see if it's gonna work now. I left the maintenance panel off because this is where I put my button so I won't have battery drain. So let's see if that all works. We'll give it some power now, turn the key on. All right, as you can see, there's no lights on. Now we're gonna hit the switch. All right, we have lights. I'm gonna go ahead and turn down the garage lights here so people can see. I don't quite know how to work the remote yet, so it's kind of going to experiment here. Here we go. Got some blinking going on. I guess that's our steady light. No, it's like a fade in the same color blue. All right, now I figured out how we change our colors. I can go through all the colors. So it looks like my project worked. I like the red. Like I said, I'll figure this out later. But the controller does have an on-off button, as you can see, but the battery is still on. So you gotta remember that. Make sure you turn off the battery, the main power switch. But yeah, it looks good. I like the red. All right, thanks guys for joining me. I hope you guys have a sweet project like this also this winter. Have a great night.